South Africans, this message is for you. The first message was to Ghanaians. South Africans, this message is for you. South Africa just made a big mistake because South Africa, they think this is like every other time they've done this. They think that they are going to beat Ghanaians and Ghanaians are going to write a statement and go quiet. But they have made a big mistake. South Africans touch Ghanaians when Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa is the foreign minister of Ghana. And
I am ashamed of a South African president. Nelson Mandela is ashamed of you. He's actually rolling in his grave. African unity is ashamed of you, because if one Africa is humiliated anywhere, all Africans should be offended everywhere. What are you doing? Are you aware that Africans are being haunted, beaten, humiliated in the streets of South Africa by the same people enjoying freedom that was paid for by continental sacrifice? You are always quiet.
If you are going to South Africa, I would advise you not to go. Most of you have seen what is happening in South Africa. They are unaliving Nigerians. They are chasing them out of their shops. They are bullying them and they are sending them back.
Worldwide, South Africa is under attack. A lot of people are attacking them for what they did to Africans in their country. It is long overdue. It is long overdue. South Africans have always been getting away with things that they've been doing in their country. They treat all Africans like they are trash. They treat Africans like they are, even those that are documented and those that are not documented, they treat them like trash. It is only in South Africa that they will go to your house and knock on your door, citizens demanding for your papers. Meanwhile, they are not immigration officers. But it is long overdue. We've seen the xenophobic side of South Africans. We've seen that they don't only, walk or fight against illegal foreigners, they're also fighting against those that are living legally. Those that are living legally in their country. But let's take a look at the videos of how other African countries are coming together, fighting and condemning the acts of South Africans to their fellow African brothers and sisters. Let's take a look at the video, then be right back.
If you are going to South Africa, I would advise you not to go. Most of you have seen what is happening in South Africa.
I am ashamed of a South African president. Nelson Mandela is ashamed of you. He's actually rolling in his grave. African unity is ashamed of you, because if one Africa is humiliated anywhere, all Africans should be offended everywhere. What are you doing? Are you aware that Africans are being haunted, beaten, humiliated in the streets of South Africa by the same people enjoying freedom that was paid for by continental sacrifice? You are always quiet. Silence means sponsorship. Where are the emergency reforms? Where are the protection for African migrants? Where are the arrests of xenophobic attackers? Where is your leadership? Why is the energy always strongest when the target is another African? Have you guys forgotten how the entire continent came together during a bit of apartheid and supported you guys? I just saw a disturbing video of a Ghanaian being asked to go back to Ghana. Nigerian shops burnt down to ashes by South Africans. Those dogs, barbarians, where are you? What are you doing about this? Have you guys forgotten how Ghanaians supported you during the period of apartheid? First sub-Saharan African country to get independence, 1957. Kwame Nkrumah. He made liberation movement a mission, openly supported anti-apartheid and colonial movement across the entire continent. Nigeria gained independence 1960, 1st of October. Nnamdi Azikiwe, he openly supported a liberation movement, gave political and financial support to South Africans. Nigerians gave money to South Africans in bundles. Nigerians gave bundles of money, bundles to South Africans, scholarship to those in exile, refuge. And today they are being killed, their businesses are being burnt down. 1960 to 1980. Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, he hosted South African fighters. Kenneth Kwandi of Zambia, he provided a refuge. Leopold Sédar Senghor of Senegal, he provided diplomatic support to South Africa. Algeria provided military training to South African fighters. Nigeria even had to nationalize the British petroleum assets, partly over apartheid-linked era interests. And today, when South Africans get independent in 1994, the whole of Africa celebrated like it's our own child graduating. And today we are being kicked. You cannot be silent. Do something. Act. African Union, Organization of African Union, Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, 1963. Addis Ababa Organization of African Union. It was because of you guys. Liberation of Africa, mainly the end of apartheid. The Soweto Convention, the Soweto Uprising, 1976. The whole of Africa march, sang, cried for your separation, and today we are being treated poorly in your country. You have to do something, Mr. President. Do something. Do something. Act now. Else, we're going to know you're supporting this movement. And we are also going to come together and take measures against South Africans. South Africans have to pay for this.
South Africans, this message is for you. The first message was to Ghanaians. South Africans, this message is for you. South Africa just made a big mistake because South Africa, they think this is like every other time they've done this. They think that they are going to beat Ghanaians and Ghanaians are going to write a statement and go quiet. But they have made a big mistake. South Africans touch Ghanaians when Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa is the foreign minister of Ghana. And that's right there is where they have miscalculated. Look, Ablakwa has already called Ronald Lamola, South Africa's foreign minister, He has confirmed a Ghanaian victim has been found and receiving consular assistance. He has also demanded an investigation. What is becoming very interesting about being a Ghanaian is that we are starting to get this sense of pride as Ghanaians, and that's why our Ghana jerseys went off the shelves. And Sam Ablakwa has showed us how to do it. I never knew the work of a foreign minister. I never knew the use of a foreign minister. There's nowhere in this world that a Ghanaian will get into trouble, and Sam Ablakwa has not showed up yet. He's just been in position for a year. They said some Ghanaians were being unalived in Ukraine. He was there. Some Ghanaian guy was killed in some foreign country. He was there. Anywhere that Ghanaians are facing some kind of dehumanizing, disrespect, Sam Ablakwa is showing up. But we also have power in our own hands. Right here in Ghana, South Africans don't play with us because a lot of your businesses are in Ghana. A lot. MTN, #1 telecommunications company in Ghana, is South African. DSTV, MultiChoice, South African. Anglo Gold, Ashanti, South African. Every other African country watching this, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Zambia, come to the front, please. All of you who have had your people beaten and unalived in South Africa, this is the moment. We coordinate, we don't attack, we don't burn anything, but we make it clear economically and diplomatically that touching African people on African soil has a price. Africa must unite, not as a dream, but as a strategy. So to my Ghanaian people, stand up for each other, always, even when it's not Ghanaians being attacked, especially when it's not Ghanaians being attacked, because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And to South Africa, you picked the wrong moment and the wrong foreign minister. Let me just quench my thing.
Tell me why I'm just finding out that Lucky Dube was unalived in South Africa because they thought he was Nigerian. Like, you think I'm making this up, but I'm not. Please check your Google. Check your Google. According to the story, he was dropping 2 of his children and he was attacked and shot 7 times. He was attacked and shot 7 times and he was mistakenly identified, or the robbers thought that he was a wealthy Nigerian. I think it's high time that we ban South Africa from every other African countries. Let them stick with themselves there. If you cannot fight the white perpetrators, do you know that white people own 84% of land in South Africa? But yet the black South Africa think that the other blacks are their problems. I've never seen lazy people. I've never seen entitled people. I've never seen people who... I'm sorry to say this, but not Lucky Dube. Lucky Dube was unalived in South Africa, and the robbers thought that he was a wealthy Nigerian. Nigerians are hated everywhere. I remember just last week I was sitting with somebody and we were having a discussion, and the next thing the person said, no wonder you guys are always successful. And he was coming out like the person hated me, and this person was from Uganda. And I'm like, it's supposed to be a compliment or hate? And I was like, no wonder Nigerians are successful. Anywhere you guys go, you guys were always successful. Because at first you get documents. You can't talk, no wonder Nigerians are successful. Coming out of a place of spite. Please go and ask your Google, ask your favorite AI models, and they will tell you that Lucky Dube was unalived because he was mistaken as a Nigerian wealthy man in South Africa. This has been going on for years. I know an uncle that went to South Africa in 2005. Iran come back. Iran come back. Until today, we still have issues like that. I just saw on the news 2 black kids wandered into a white neighborhood, and the white neighbors beat the children. I didn't see all your Zulu warriors going out to go and defend your lands. It's been hijacked. Look at what apartheid was. South Africa was the last country to get independence in Africa. Almost all African countries, including Nigeria, fought so hard. I remember Olusegun Obasanjo. My mother will always be talking about the story, how the impact of Olusegun Obasanjo in South Africans getting their independence. How we fought so hard for South Africa to get their independence. Nelson Mandela is turning in his grave right now for what is happening in South Africa. Go and fight for your land there, South Africa. Go and fight for your independence. In your own country, there's a white-only zone. You guys cannot afford. You guys are like the puppets. Somebody was telling me he went to Cape Town, and in that Cape Town, it is the black South African that work as storekeepers, that work as restaurant staff, that work as cleaners. Even stories like Elon Musk, you will see black Zulu women, black African women are the ones that were doing nanny for white people. You guys have been suffering and suffering till today, and the colonization mindset has not let you people. Instead of you to focus on the people that are doing those things to you people, you focus on Africans that are just coming to your country to come and hustle. You are not hustling. You are not allowing other people to hustle. Go and fight for your land. Only in South Africa there is a boundary. The white people are living so far from the black people, you guys cannot even mix. You can't mix. I'm so sorry to all my African brothers and sisters who have been victims of this xenophobic oppression from South Africa. Every South African that's entering another country should not be allowed, since this is their pattern.
Guys, listen to the MP, a particular MP in Ghana, what he has to say to South Africans after they bullied a Ghanaian in South Africa. Listen.
By now, the High Commission of South Africa and Ghana must be answering to us. Why South Africans living in Ghana must live in this country?
But should it be an eye for an eye?
It has to be. Because this is not the first time. You see, sometimes the lady that spoke, they don't know their history. If they know the contribution of Ghana to South Africa, she wouldn't speak the way she spoke. As far back as 1960s, Kwame Nkrumah gave our money to the arm wing of ANC. That money could have been used to develop Ghana. Mandela was the one that was coming to this country to collect that money. No, beyond that, there were a lot of comrades from South Africa that were using Ghanaian passports. Because at that time, we were using South African passports. It was very difficult to be traveling around to fight apartheid. We granted them passports to be traveling around the world in our name so that they can go and do business. What are we talking about? Look at the guy in the midst of 15 South Africans being humiliated.
Yeah.
We do this, and the High Commissioner, having heard from him, we said we are called the foreign minister there. She must be explaining to us why the more than 5,000 South Africans here must live comfortably. Look, this economical Ghana is held by South African businesses. They make so much money from this country.
At this point, South Africans are alone. They are actually alone on this race. Nobody is supporting them this time. When the Igbo people crowned themselves king in East London, a lot of us, even Nigerians, criticized their actions. Even Ghanaians were standing with them. But right now, nobody is standing with you guys because what you've been doing is barbaric. We've seen that it is no longer about chasing illegal immigrants. It is now attacking them, both the legal ones. Imagine this particular video of this South African man making videos talking about how foreigners are sleeping peacefully in their home. Is this person going crazy? This is, in fact, South Africans, retrace your steps and mind your ways.